I am so glad that I have watched The Evil Dead recently because it made so many references to that film and Sam Raimi's body of work. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm here to review Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And it is truly a madness. So, story goes, we have Doctor Strange coming off Spider-Man No Way Home, and he has obviously had a small little glimpse of what the multiverse could be or how it can be used. And he's in an everyday situation. He's going to Christine Palmer's wedding, which is very weird, by the way. And there are disruptions to the multiverse, which he ends up finding out. And so he has to now save the multiverse because the multiverse is being disrupted by somebody that we know very well, which is Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. And she is the one that is disrupting the multiverse. Why? Because she wants her kids back. As we saw in WandaVision, which is something that you lot need to see, when you see her in this, it's coming off that in, I just want my kids back. That's all I want. Can I have my kids back? And so she becomes really the bad girl in this film, and where Doctor Strange is now having to save the multiverse from Wanda because she wants her kids back. We also have Wong back as the Sorcerer Supreme because he is the Sorcerer Supreme, knowing that he got it on the technicality because obviously Doctor Strange was blipped for 5 years. But then we also have a new character called America Chavez, and she plays her part in the film where she is the MacGuffin of the film, and she is the person that has the power to travel through multiple universes. All she needs to do is just punch it through and boom, she can go to another universe. So with all the cast of characters that we have and we see, they all come into play in giving us the story of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, that's all I can say because this is a non-spoiler review, and so that is just the story. The things I am gonna say next, obviously they're gonna be non-spoilers, but I'm gonna explain the things that I really liked without spoiling anything. So let's see. So, things that I liked. Visuals, great. The horror elements, Sam Raimi definitely all over the movie. He's completely all over it. You can tell of certain things that you may have watched from Sam Raimi, like I said earlier, Evil Dead. I'm glad I watched that because I saw elements of Evil Dead. There's even elements of Spider-Man in there because you can see he directed Spider-Man as well, 1, 2, and 3. But there are reference to number 1 and number 2 within Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Then the look of everything was like a typical Marvel movie. It looked good. It's just that the way the horror was portrayed was really good. Then there's also a musical score in this because we had the score done by Danny Elfman, and there's a scene in the film where we have a fighting scene and it's done through music, which visually looks really, really good. And seeing the cast of characters deal with different situations when it comes to the multiverse and learning how the multiverse works and things that you can do and things that you can't do and things that you should do and things that you shouldn't. We learn that all in this film, but still, it's still minute when it comes to what is the multiverse. When it comes to what we've seen in the trailers, we know the Illuminati are in the film. The characters of the Illuminati, I'm not going to mention, but that scene is really, really good. Just seeing it as a visual, there are some cameos that is a surprise. There are some cameos that we were like, finally, yes, bruh. Why? Like, you get excited. That's the excitement that you get once when you're in that scene and you're watching it. The fan service in that point is perfect. As a typical fan service thing on when Marvel give it to us, it's definitely good. Then everything else behind that, like the multiverse, we even get the multiverse as a character and see different multiverses and how they work and how they're different from one another, and also how things are similar to even our Doctor Strange, for example. As it's mentioned in the film, our Doctor Strange is the 616 Doctor Strange, and there's multiple Doctor Stranges. So we see how they differ, but we see how they're not so different, and we also see things that they've done that we would think other Doctor Stranges would learn from each other, but they don't. Unlike Kang, they learn from each other that we knew of in Loki, but I guess Doctor Strange, he's not going to learn from his other Doctor Stranges. But as a whole, the film is good. It's definitely a good Doctor Strange film. It feels like it's again a first film for Doctor Strange, because it's got Doctor Strange in it and it's got elements of him, and it pushes his story a little bit more, and we see the repercussions obviously from where the story is at the moment. We've come off Spider-Man, we're going a little bit forward, we're basically giving everything for the multiverse, but we are just giving you a taster. And then with when it comes to Scarlet Witch, we see her story and that ends. So everything that we've seen from her before, everything that we've seen her when it comes to WandaVision, we get the extras. So the film feels like this. It's like it's a Doctor Strange movie, it's a multiverse movie, and it also ties in with WandaVision in the story. It's like extra episodes of WandaVision, but now put in the film. So that is the things that I really, really liked about it. The things that I didn't like, they're small, they're minute, they're only, like, animation looked weird. Like, you could tell, like, later on, that's going to get really old and you're going to tell that, oh, that looks terrible. It doesn't look that bad now, but it's going to look bad later. And that is probably the only thing I would say is what I didn't like. And I wish it was a little bit longer. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, which is a shame, because if it was a little bit longer, maybe more things could be, established and pushed a little bit more forward. What I also didn't like, and I wanted this cameo. Now, this cameo does not happen, so it's okay to say, but I wanted White Vision to be in this film, and White Vision's not in this film. And I was like, that's kind of upsetting, and I'm like, where White Vision at, man? What, you just flying around? Where are you, bro? Those are my 3 things that I didn't like, to be fair. So, as a whole, guys, definitely I do recommend this film. It is a enjoyable film, pushes the Marvel story a little bit more forward, and you're going to enjoy it as a fan. But you have to watch this as a fan, because there's so many things that are in this film. It's like, you have to have watched this and this and this and this and this all before you come to this film. If you haven't and you go in blind, you're going to be really, really lost. But I definitely enjoyed this film. It feels like I'm going to have to watch it again, just to see if I feel exactly the same. But as of right now, it's a good film. It's a good watch. Watch it. Have your own opinion. Come back. Comment down below. Tell me if you agree with me that of these things that you found in Doctor Strange. And also, a non-spoiler review will be coming, because then I can, kind of go a little bit more deeper. Tell you much more of what I liked and what I didn't like, because, again, this is a non-spoiler review. And I'll see you next time, guys. Later.